So what are your impressions of Madrid so far?
It's very touristy. There are a lot of tourists here. So I feel like you can't get a sense of the culture for real. But at the same time, it has all the you know, the market and the food. It's all done really well. Lots of selection, high quality.
We're in Madrid.
How did we get here?
We drove here.
How long was it?
3 hours.
Peace. Well, I'm glad that we got here in time that where things are opening again at the end of the siesta.
Do they do the siesta in Madrid?
I imagine. Spain, isn't it?
The minibus has made its way to Madrid. It's carrying the kids.
It's bustling here. Like every street is packed full of people.
I don't think I've ever seen a place more full of tourists and people just walking. More than New York, like not even in New York City have I seen.
Yeah, this is packed full.
Where?
Maybe.
Yeah. I guess it makes sense to talk about Spain's contribution to Western civilization. And I think the first one that comes to mind is the discovery of the New World and its conquest. So in that regard, you talk about Christopher Columbus, who wasn't a Spaniard, but was funded by Queen Isabella. And you talk about Hernán Cortés and the other conquistadors. Now, I know that it's a very controversial topic, and in Europe, there's a lot of, I don't think it's legitimate guilt. I think it's just self-loathing masquerading as guilt for colonialism. I think there are people within the West who want to destroy the West, and they use colonialism and the guilt that it elicits as an instrument of destruction. I think Christopher Columbus was a great figure of history. I admire him very much. When I think of my Spanish ancestry, it's difficult to say pride is appropriate because I have nothing to do with that ancestry. I'm just a product. But I do think of the great responsibility to pass on the knowledge and the appreciation for what Spain has done for my family and for the West. So you talk about the discovery of the New World, Christopher Columbus braving the unknown with a few desperate men who might have been, you know, convicts or whatnot, but nonetheless, Queen Isabella and her confidence in Columbus and the confidence in himself that God had sent him on that mission to discover a new path to India. And in the process discovering the New World. It is an incredible feat of adventure and daring that deserves our admiration and respect. This is the name that I wanted to give our son before he was born. Paulus, the Latin for Paul. But alas, I was overruled and we needed a consensus for the name. So, but anyway, here's the man, the Apostle Paul himself. Well, we're here at the Royal Palace in Madrid and we're being serenaded by a harp,
Canon in D.
by a violinist and a harpist.
Yes,
Right?
they look like brothers.
They look like brothers.
A duo.
They look like twins, actually, don't they?
They do a bit.
So, apparently the Royal Palace in Madrid is the biggest royal palace in all of Europe. And it's very beautiful. It's very, very beautiful. And I would say that comparing Zaragoza and Barcelona to Madrid, Madrid is definitely a crown jewel, a step above the other two cities. It's just kind of like Paris, where it's just chock full of beauty, just bursting at the seams with beautiful buildings, beautiful architecture, statues, and just all the riches of Western civilization. So maybe it's, what are your thoughts on the anything here?
I'm enjoying the music. I don't remember the second verse.